Assalamualaikum and a very good day to everyone. Hi, I am Madam Fitrina from the English Language Unit. Today I am going to focus on MUET reading paper 3 based on the MUET CEFR aligned. Okay, let's have a look at the general outline of what I would like to present today. For the first part, I will show you the features of MUET 2020. Then I will talk about the test specifications for reading. And for the last part, I will go through the sample reading questions, but I will only focus on part 1, part 2, and part 5. Okay, these are the features of the MUET reading paper. You look at the weighting is 25%. And for your information for this new syllabus, all papers have equal weighting of 25%. Okay, the duration is 75 minutes. The number of questions is 40. The types of question is multiple choice questions or MCQ. Number of texts is 7, and for the CEFR level, it ranges from A2 to C1. So it starts from relatively easy to more challenging questions. Now I will show you the test specifications for reading. For your information, this is taken from our MUET textbook, that blue book. You can refer to page 22, but I add one more column for the CEFR level. For part 1, it is A2 CEFR level, which consists of 3 short texts of the same text type, and the themes are linked, amounting from 100 to 150 words. The question type is multiple matching with 4 questions. For part 2 and 3, you are given one text of 300 to 450 words, and it is B1 CEFR level. The question type is MCQs with 3 options. So part 2 has 5 questions and part 3 has 5 questions also. So the total for both parts is 10 questions. For part 4, which is also B2 CEFR level, there will be 2 independent texts based on the same theme, but not necessarily of the same text type, totaling 700 to 800 words. The question type, there will be 2 MCQs with 3 options based on text 1, 2 MCQs with 3 options based on text 2, and 2 MCQs with 3 options based on the comparison of both texts. So the total number of questions is 6. For part 5, which is also B2 CEFR level, you are given one text of 500 to 600 words, and the question type is a gapped text with 6 missing sentences. You need to be alert here that there will be 7 options given starting from A to G, but there will be one option which will not be selected. Next is part 6 and 7. Every part consists of one text of 700 to 900 words, and the question type is MCQs with 4 options. So number of questions will be 7 plus 7. The total will be 14 questions for both parts. Alright students, we are going to look at sample questions for part 1, 2 and 4. For your information, this question is taken from the previous MUET reading, session 1, 2021, and on the screen is question for part 1. Part 1 consists of 4 questions. The first thing you need to do is read the instruction carefully. So it's stated there, read 3 notices about university programs, answer questions 1 to 4 based on the notices about university programs. So you can expect that later on you will read on the notices about university programs. And you need to remember that you need to write a letter, either A, B or C for the answers. Alright. Secondly, read the questions and underline keywords. Okay, so the underlined words are the keywords for each question. So why do you think you need to underline the keywords? Okay, so the keywords help you to identify which notice has the specific information based on the underlined keywords. And you can quickly identify the answers. Number 3, scan the 3 short text for specific factual information. Okay, so read each notice and find phrases or sentences that match the keywords that you underlined before. Students, let's look at question number 1. Which notice says that you can get free food? If you go to notice A, there's no underlined keywords, so there's no answer for that. In notice B, the underlined keywords are pizza, nasi lemak, curry puff, and so on. However, it's not stated that you can get them free. And in notice C, the underlined keyword is lunch is given. So does it match with get free food? Definitely yes, right. So the answer is C. Question 2. Which notice is about an activity outside a university? So we're searching for an activity which is carried out outside a university. If you scan through the notices, you need to find words that mention activity that is carried out outside a university. So you can see in notice A, go clean is the only activity carried out near the university. Alright, so meaning outside the university. The other notices mention the places also, but it is held inside a university. So the answer is A. Question 3. Which notice is about an activity organized by students? Now we're searching for an activity that the students organized. So if you go to notice A, okay, Go Clean activity is organized by the education department. So education department, it consists of lecturers and staff, right? So students are not involved in this. And then we go to notice C. Notice C, Study Smart is organized by the university. So our university is organizing a program. So it also consists of the lecturers or probably the department. Alright, so there's no answer. It's not the answer. And if we go to B, okay, in notice B, the student society is selling food to collect money for poor students. So it's very clear, very obvious that the student handle or organize the activity, right? So the answer is B. Question 4. Which notice tells us about an activity that ends before noon? So the keyword is before noon is, what is the time before noon? Noon is 12 p.m. So you need to find an activity that ends before 12 p.m. So you go to notice A, the time is 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Right, notice B, 8 to 1 p.m. This afternoon already, right? And C, 12 p.m. till 1 p.m. also afternoon, because they want the activity that ends. The keyword is ends before noon. So very obvious, the answer is A. This is the question from part 2. It consists of a text between 300 to 400 words, and also the questions, MCQ questions with 3 options. For this kind of question, you can either read the passage, then read the questions, or you can read the questions straight away, and after that you refer to the text. It depends on you which way that you think you are more comfortable with, right? So if you read the question first, it will be easier for you to focus, to anticipate what you are going to read on after that. That is the advantage of reading the questions first. But it depends on you which way that you want to opt. These are the ways to attempt the questions. Number 1, read the questions and underline the keywords in the question. Number 2, skim through the text until you come to the part needed to answer the question. Number 3, read every option and eliminate the answers that are totally wrong. And lastly, choose the best answer. Okay, students, let's attempt questions from part 2. As I prefer to read the questions first, so let's do it. Look at number 5. Abdul Razak wrote to Dr. Rashida because, so you underline the keyword wrote to Dr. Rashida, and then because, so you need to find the reason why Abdul Razak wrote to Dr. Rashida, right? So the option A, he received an email from her, is it? Or he had to give his new email address to her, or he wanted to say sorry for missing her classes. So even though I have circled the answer already, but you need to find the evidence from the text, is it correct or not? So you look at paragraph 2, okay, you read. Why paragraph 2 straight away? Because in paragraph 1, there's nothing mentioned about Abdul Razak write to Dr. Rashida. So in paragraph 2, if you read, then you can see the word, I would like to explain my absence from your lectures for the past 2 weeks and for having not informed you earlier. So that is the keywords, I would like to explain my absence. So A and B are definitely being eliminated because it's not related to the reason why Abdul Razak wrote to Dr. Rashida. So the reason was because he wanted to say sorry for missing her classes. For number 6, Abdul Razak missed the second class because, okay, you underline the keyword missed the second class and then look at the option. Is it because he went home, B because he was too sick, or C because he had a meeting? So look at where can you find from the text something about missing the second class. So you read after the word earlier there, I was unwell on 17th February 2021. However, I did not consult the doctor because I was too weak and took a painkiller instead. As a result, I did not have a medical certificate to hand in. On 24th February 2021, I could not come to class because I had to attend my sister's wedding in my village. Alright, so we can see that on 17th February is the first class. Then on 24th February is the second class. So where can you find the evidence for to support answer for number 6? Alright, so is it he was too sick? No, we need to eliminate it because it's not mentioned that he was too sick. He had a meeting, it's not mentioned at all, right? So we eliminate B and C. So the answer is A, he went home, because the keyword from the tag is I had to attend my sister's wedding in my village. For number 7, Abdul Razak missed his flight because, okay, look at the option. A, because of his sister's wedding. B, of the bad weather. Or C, of a flight delay. So where can you find something about Abdul Razak missed his flight? You scan and then you go to where you can find it? Paragraph 3, right? So for your information, I had planned to come back to the university immediately after my sister's wedding, but there was heavy rain and my journey took longer than usual, and I could not reach the airport on time. I missed my flight and could not only come back the next day. So, where is the hint? Yeah, I missed my flight. Alright, because of what? Okay, because of, look at the sentence before the keyword. There was heavy rain and my journey took longer than usual. So what happened? Why did Abdul Razak miss his flight? Is it because of his sister's wedding? So this is wrong. Is it because of a flight delay? No, it's because of the heavy rain. So heavy rain means the bad weather. So the answer is B. For number 8, Abdul Razak's most important request in his email is, so you underline the keyword most important request. So what is it? Is it to take the listening test? Is it to present his work? Or is it to do a project? So which one is the best option? Alright, so we look at the text in paragraph 4. I am aware that I missed a listening test held in a class on 24th February 2021. Can I be given the opportunity to take the test because I might fail the course, blah, blah, blah. And then which one is, again, he repeated that his request should be considered to take the test that he missed. Option B and C definitely should be eliminated because it's not mentioned there that he wanted to present his work or to do a project. The most important request in his email is actually to take the listening test. Number 9, Abdul Razak ended his email by promising A, to come early for all Dr. Rashida's classes, B, to tell Dr. Rashida if he missed classes, or C, to reply Dr. Rashida's email. So if you look at the text in paragraph 5, I apologize again for my behavior and I will learn to be more responsible. I promise to attend all your classes in future. In the event I cannot attend a class, I will email to inform you. Alright, so how did Abdurazak end his email? So he promised to to come early for all Dr. Rashida's classes. Can you find it? Any evidence that mentioning he would come early? No, right? So you cross it. And then B, to tell Dr. Rashida if he missed classes, where can you find it? He will tell Dr. Rashida if he missed Dr. Rashida's classes. So there, the one that I underline, in the event I cannot attend a class, I will email to inform you. And then C, to reply Dr. Rashida's email. So it's not stated, he will reply. So A and C will be eliminated, and the answer is B. Alright students, now we're going to take a look at part 5 questions, and I'm going to share you the strategies on how to answer these questions. And part 5 questions is a gapped text. The first strategy is you need to read through the text to get the overall ideas. This is very important so that you are able to choose the best option from the given answers. The second strategy is you need to read the given answers, which are A to G. And you need to remember that there will be one option that you will not select, and we call it as a distractor. The third strategy is you need to read the sentence carefully, especially sentences that come before and after the gap. You need to highlight reference words, pronouns, and transition words. Example of reference words are these, those, they, them, and the word pronouns like I, you, he, she, it, and many more. And the transition words are like and, however, after that, a lot more, okay? And lastly, you need to read the text again. So make sure that the sentence makes sense with the option that you choose. So these are all the strategies that you can apply to answer 5 questions. Alright students, this is a question for part 5, which consists of a text and 7 given answers. I'm going to discuss only question number 21 and 22, and the rest you can do on your own or discuss with your own lecturer. The first thing to do is to read the instruction given. So let's read it. Read a text about Claire Gray's research on the development of a new type of battery. 6 sentences have been removed from the text. Choose from the sentences A to G the one which fits each gap. Number 21 to 26. There is one extra sentence which you do not need to use, and we call it as a distractor. For number 21, you need to read paragraph 2, and you look at the sentence before the gap. So if you get the sentence there, the key to making electronics portable, empowering a change in how we communicate and consume information, was the commercialization of lithium-ion batteries by Sony in 1991. So if we look at there, they're talking about the lithium-ion batteries. So if you look at the option there, from A to G, which one that you think it mentioned about lithium-ion, or it mentioned about the function of lithium-ion? So it's very obvious that the answer is F. which is these batteries are rechargeable. So when the device is connected to a charger, it restores the battery for another use. Another hint is that when you look at the sentence before the gap, it mentioned about lithium-ion batteries by Sony in 1991. And then, of course, after the sentence, you need to find the continuation for the sentence before it, right? So if you look at the F sentence, it starts with these batteries are rechargeable, means it refers to the lithium ion batteries. So this is another hint. Now let's look at question 22. Okay, let's read paragraph 3. Lithium-ion batteries have advantages such as high energy storage and long lifetimes in comparison with other batteries. So you need to find the continuation for that sentence. So which one do you think the option that is suitable to be put for the gap? Or we have to think of whether it is the options supposed to talk about the advantage of lithium-ion batteries, or is it the contrast sentence? Okay. From the 7 options given, which one do you think it talks about the advantage or maybe the disadvantage of lithium-ion batteries? Okay, so we can see that option G, right? Talking the contrast about these batteries, although this high energy stored similar to that of petrol, the practical energy stored achievable is significantly lower. And the sentence also matches with the sentence after that, which is additionally their energy stored is nowhere that of petrol. This makes them unsuitable for widespread use in electric cars and grid-scale storage for solar power. So that's all about the MUET reading paper. I wish you all best of luck for your MUET. Assalamualaikum.